Want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Hey.
Why this beat so cold?
We will make America proud again. And you try to kill our We will make America wealthy again. And yes, together, we will make America great again.
Admission of guilt. Put your hands behind your back. They got to put their hands behind their back, y'all. What is this talking about? When the return to restart newest Windows update. It's always an update with Windows. It's a disgrace. And Windows, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. Now you see why y'all ought to ran everybody to Apple. Woo! Shout out to them Patriots. We got some big things to get into right now, y'all. And then we got to get into the Pete Hegseth just got confirmed. Because I mean, that was just a disgrace, man, what was going on. I said, man, what is going on? Unbelievable. Let's get into this show, y'all. Don't come on and say that's not no vote me rhinos. I mean, just a disgrace, man. A disgrace. But this fella that made thousands of pardons. He's a poor old man. He's lost his memory and then makes thousands of pardons. Pardon his whole family on the way out. Criminal pardon criminals. You know, people got to be held accountable, y'all. I'm with y'all. We got to see that live breaking news 4K footage of them walking everybody out with their hands behind their back. Ooh, why am I out of breath? Whew. Maybe I'm feeling good. Oh, man. We got to go to Georgia. We got to go to New York. We got to go. Yeah, we going to Fulton County. And we getting that mattress. Yeah. We is getting that mattress. We got to come get everybody. We going to California. Yeah. You know, and if you don't want to get arrested, I think you ought to just resign. Yeah, governors, everybody. Yeah, we going to Chicago. We already there. Yeah. But enough of me acting a fool, y'all. Enough of me acting. They say, Rick, sir, act your age. Act your age, sir. But you know what I say? Put your hands behind your back. We are so back, and it feels good. The golden age. Yeah. But they say a big investigation is finna go on, and I'm ready for it. Yeah, I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. Full transparency, Mr. President. God bless President Trump, y'all. And God bless them beautiful patriots around the world. I love you guys. Hope y'all are having an amazing week and finna have an amazing weekend. Let's get this thing on the show.
I'm a loser, baby. So why don't you impeach me?
Joe Biden, on his way out, decided to pardon his entire family. Missing from this list is the name Joe Biden. Now, Joe Biden up here as President of the United States, to all whom these presents shall come greeting. Be it known that on this day, Joe Biden, United States, pursuant to my powers under Article of the Constitution, I've granted to James Biden, Sarah Jones Biden, that's James Biden's wife, Valerie Biden Owens, that's his sister, John T. Owens, and Francis W. Biden, these are his brothers and family, full and unconditional pardon, going all the way back to 2014 when all the Burisma business began. Now, why are we bringing this up? Because this happened on Monday, and that seems like an eternity ago in this news cycle. Well, because Donald Trump has often promised retribution. Donald Trump has promised to be our retribution. Donald Trump has regularly promised that he is not going to treat kindly the people who have destroyed this country. And when Donald Trump says things like, my revenge will be success, and I will be a dictator on just for one day, Maybe you should listen. Donald Trump is not happy about the way that he was treated. Donald Trump is angry about it, and he has every damn right to be. Donald Trump called Joe Biden and his ilk scum yesterday during a live interview with Sean Hannity that we covered as well. Here's how it went.
Through 4 years of hell by this scum that we had to deal with.
And I've seen a lot of those Patriots, when we covered this entire interview, we did like 2 videos on it. All you guys were calling out Sean Hannity. All you guys, man. I love how them Patriots be fast. Y'all be fast, man. Y'all don't hold back either. Love y'all, man, for real. You know?
I went through 4 years of hell. I spent millions of dollars in legal fees, and I won. But I did it the hard way. It's really hard to say that they shouldn't have to go through it also. It is very hard to say that.
Y'all wonder why I say put your hands behind your back with so much passion. With so much passion. Passion. Did I say it right? Passion. I mean it, man. A lot of people laugh, but it ain't a joke. I mean it. And I'm going to keep saying it. We even got merch on the way. I seen a lot of them Patriots say, Rick, please make the merch. The merch is on the way. And it's going to say, put your hands behind your back. You seen them? They walking them out right now. Putting them. Well, you seen it in them clips of them on them illegals, and what they doing? Walking them out. And what you see on the live breaking news? They got their hands behind their back. Yeah, they got to put your hands behind your back. Shout out to our amazing. God bless our law enforcement. I know we have a lot of law enforcement on the channel. Love y'all. Thank you for your service. Thank you. To our first responders, we love you. To our veterans, I know we got a lot of vets on the channel. Thank you for your service. God bless you, brave men and women. Thank you. They got to put their hands behind their back. That man said he did not pardon himself. What the hell? He didn't even give himself a pardon. A lot of them Patriots asking for Joe actually to get arrested. They don't care how old he is. They don't care about no elderly abuse. They said they want him to put his hands behind his back.
That they shouldn't have to go through it also. And who he's talking about, of course, is Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama, Joe Biden.
Go get Barry.
And the Biden Justice Department, who have used the federal government and the unlimited resources of the federal government to attack private citizens.
Go get Barry, please.
And, you know, it's very expensive, actually, when you don't have government lawyers and taxpayers footing the bill. It's going to cost you millions and millions of dollars just to, like, defend yourself against subpoenas. It is a torturous process. It's a way to bankrupt somebody, and it's a way to actually end them without ever having to get a conviction. How much has Donald Trump paid in legal fees this year alone? It has to be to the tune of tens of millions of dollars. And the vast majority of Americans don't have that kind of cash lying around. And so Donald Trump was saying this last night, and the note got brought up that Joe Biden didn't pardon himself. Now, Joe Biden didn't actually pardon himself. He pardoned his family, which is a little curious because it was Joe Biden who was the ringleader in all of this. Now, what happened next was Donald Trump talked about, hey, maybe it's time for us to prosecute Joe Biden. Well, you know, he just happened to forget to pardon himself since he's the person who ran this crime family. Maybe this is the moment.
Biden, Chuck Schumer, Adam Schiff, who got a preemptive pardon. All these people that got pardoned. Anthony Fauci. Did he know that NIH money through the EcoHealth Alliance was funding the Wuhan Virology Lab? There seems to be text and messages and emails that went back and forth. You talk about the Unselect Committee, as you call it, the January 6th committee. They had a predetermined outcome. General Milley, all these people, the Biden family members. Joe Biden ran and said he would never do preemptive pardons. It was an issue that came up when you were leaving in your first time.
He thought, he heard that I was going to do it. I didn't want to do it. I was given the option. They said, sir, would you like to pardon everybody, including yourself? I said, I'm not going to pardon anybody. we didn't do anything wrong. And we had people that suffered. They're incredible patriots. We had people that suffered. You had Bannon put in jail. You had Peter Navarro put in jail. You had people that suffered. And far worse than that, they've lost their fortunes. They've lost their nest egg, paying it to lawyers. And those people, and people said, and they wouldn't have even taken, most of those people, they wouldn't have even taken a pardon. This guy went around giving everybody pardons. And the funny thing, maybe the sad thing, is he didn't give himself a pardon. And if you look at it, it all had to do with him. I mean, the money went to him.
Should Congress investigate that?
Well, I don't know. It's,
Well, you ordered the DOJ.
I've always been, look, he didn't give himself a pardon. And he didn't give some other people a pardon that needed it. And I heard Schiff went to him and just begged him for a pardon, because Schiff is a crook. Yeah. Schiff is a crooked guy. He's a crooked politician. He made up the story about Russia. He totally made it up. He's a storyteller. And then after he made it up, they found out that there was a tape of the conversation made by, I guess, the State Department. I don't know. When you make calls, they make tapes sometimes, not all the time.
He was the one talking to the Russians.
So he, in the meantime, made up the conversation, totally made it up about quid pro quo. There was no quid pro quo, there was a perfect call. Tim Scott was the first one to come. He read it. He said, "This is a perfect call. What are you doing? You're impeaching a man for a perfect call." It was Schiff, Hillary, the whole group. You know what?
We all wanted. We really want to see Pencil Neck walked out live on air. Liz Cheney, all of them, just walked out live on air, breaking news. Please go get them. Oh, we really want to see that. We want to see that long time ago.
They should. Schiff is just a bad, sick guy. And he went to Biden and he demanded a pardon because he thought he did something. He knew he did something.
Oh, man. There it was. I'm getting stressed out here. He just said Benny Thompson, right? So Sean Hannity just said Benny Thompson. But that's not what we're talking about here. What we're talking about here is that Joe Biden seemingly made what might have been an actual mistake. Klein, can you load up some of these memes? These are actually really funny. What seems to have been a severe potential mistake. Joe Biden refused to pardon himself. And now all of the internet is ablaze with the question, hold up. The Supreme Court ruled pretty authoritatively that presidents cannot be prosecuted for official acts. This is how the ruling came down from the Supreme Court in a large majority ruling. So if you can't be prosecuted for an official act, then the question is, what are unofficial acts? Well, unofficial acts are when you're not president. When did Joe Biden make all of his money? When he was not president. When did Joe Biden commit all of his crimes? When he was not president. When did Burisma happen? And the China deal? When did all of this stuff happen? Either when Joe Biden was vice president or in the 4 years that Joe Biden wasn't serving at all. When did all of the classified documents live inside of Joe Biden's garage next to his Corvette? When was Joe Biden,
next to that Corvette,
the big guy, getting all this equity being held for him inside of all these shady deals? Yo, you could really put the screws to this guy, and then you could use his entire family to testify against him because
family ain't paid taxes. Why we got to pay it? Son had one in the chamber. Crack all in the house. Disgrace. He in there getting foot jobs and blow jobs. Oh, man. And they ain't paid it. I mean, unbelievable. Them transcripts are unbelievable. Unbelievable, man. I'm telling you. They said nobody's above the law. Wow. You know, I don't think Trump's gonna come after Biden, y'all. You know, same with that whole Hillary situation. You know, deep down, I know there's heart. We know there's a nice warm heart in Trump. You know, he just won't allow that to happen, I believe. But then again, y'all went in there. Y'all went to Mar-a-Lago. Y'all seen Melania pantyhose. Y'all went through Barron Closet. Y'all went to Barron Closet. Barron Closet. And y'all gonna hear from him in 2040. In 2040, just wait for it. You know? I can go down the list of things, man. So then again, I don't know, man. I know a lot of y'all want him to walk out with his hands behind his back. You know? But there is a deep investigation that's going to go on with these pardons. Preemptive pardons. Excuse my language, but what the I mean, just a disgrace. The entire administration. The family. I mean, man. Dr. Jill. Doctor. What the hell? I'm just glad it's all over with, y'all. But people do need to be held accountable. So really, it's not over with. But to a certain point, I'm glad that we're so back, man. That common sense is back. Because that was a disgrace, man. The man won 3 elections. I know y'all. Look, I'm just being real. The man won 3 elections. None of this should have started from the beginning. None of this should even taken place. The man won 3 elections. Let's just be real here, folks. I mean, sheesh.
Now you've waived your Fourth Amendment rights. If you got a pardon. Trump hints at Biden prosecution. It's really hard to say that they shouldn't have to go through it all. Uh-oh. Oh, no. President Trump accused former President Joe Biden of corruption Wednesday and hinted that he may be prosecuted. It's really hard to say they shouldn't have to go through it, Trump says in his first TV interview returning to the White House. Trump 78 said that Biden 82 received a very, very bad advice to pardon 5 relatives, but not himself. Minutes before leaving the office and heading off, inquiries into the Biden family business dealings remain unanswered. You know, the sad thing is, he didn't give himself a pardon, says Trump. Look at this photo. And then you got Joe over here. Oh, man. He knows, doesn't he? This is a great photo. He knows. Oh, boy. Oh, man. Joe Biden does always look like one of those wax Madame Tussauds figures, like of Joe Biden. Like if Madame Tussauds did a Joe Biden wax figure, it's actually what Joe Biden looks like. He looks like a formaldehyde corpse. When they do like an open casket, and you're like, ew, yikes. When like they have Vladimir Lenin, right, under glass for like 80 years in the Soviet Union, and you can go up there and see Lenin. Yeah, this is like what Joe Biden looks like. Anyway, the point is, and if you look at it, it all had to do with him. I mean, the money went to him, says Donald Trump. It's just correct. Biden pardoned all 3 of his siblings, including his brother James and their 2 spouses, pardoning his son Hunter. I went through 4 years of this scum and I had to deal with it, said Donald Trump. Remember this, Trump went on. Joe Biden got very bad advice. Joe Biden, very bad advisors. Somebody advised Joe Biden to give pardons to everybody but him. At one point in the interview, Hannity asked Trump if he had ordered the DOJ to investigate Biden. Look, he didn't give a pardon to himself, and he didn't give some other people pardons that needed it. Okay. Very much looking forward to that. Nancy Pelosi didn't get a pardon. Tick-tock, Nancy.
Oh, Nancy,
hope your trades are going well, and you've saved up some money for lawyers.
No,
For years, James Biden leveraged his brother's powerful role as a senator and vice president to lure domestic and international business.
She probably drinking and drunk as hell right now. Can't sleep. Walking around that house with that walker. You know, hip hurt. Trying to recover from that hip injury after falling down the stairs, drunk as hell. Them Patriots say it was karma. You know, Y'all know we don't wish nothing bad on nobody. We wishing for a speedy recovery for Nancy Pelosi. But, you know, with the walker and all, y'all, I still want to see them put Walker out with her hands behind her back. With the walker. Yeah. Y'all just be gentle. Please be gentle, officers. Be gentle with her. She's just getting off injury. Yeah, go and put it in the back of that car. Good job. Good job.
He's partnering with his son Hunter, and it's unclear what possible crimes Joe Biden would be investigated by the Trump department. Some theoretical offenses, such as infractions under the Foreign Agents Registration Act, have 5-year statutes of limitations and would not be chargeable. Investigations can happen without into this kind of stuff without you having to like bring charges. You can just open investigations. It's rare for a former president to face criminal investigation charges. However, Biden's Justice Department indicted Trump on a pair of cases after his first term, allegedly mishandling classified documents. Biden, like Trump, was investigated for mishandling classified documents, but they said that he was an elderly man with too poor of a memory. Yes, Joe Biden needs to wear a helmet to go to the bathroom. And so
an elderly man with a poor memory, but he can still make thousands of pardons. Then again, them Patriots say, you know, somebody else was calling the shots. Somebody else is running the country.
Said they can't charge him. So anyway, the point is we may be getting a Joe Biden prosecution from Donald Trump, which I would love. Because turnabout is fair play, and maybe the easiest way, what's good for the goose is good for the gander, and the easiest way to fix all this is just to scorch the earth, to salt the earth. Make them feel the same pain, and then they'll stop doing it. This guy went around giving everybody pardons, and you know, the funny thing is, the sad thing is, that he didn't give himself a pardon, said Donald Trump knowingly, saying that he went through hell, and nobody should have to go through this again. And so maybe the best way to prove, maybe the best deterrent, we always talk about this, nuclear deterrence. Why does nuclear deterrence work? Because, well, your enemy has a nuke too. And so you want to not launch nukes because I want to launch a nuke at you. And wouldn't that be nice to launch a nuke, proverbially, at the Bidens? So that nobody does this kind of lawfare against their political enemies ever again. That would be a good deterrence. Right now, all they've done is go after Donald Trump. So technically, until like this is reversed and against the left, they're going to still assume that this is just like open season to attack Trump and Trump supporters. Mike Johnson, who's really coming to his own, I mean, quite frankly, I think he's been doing actually a pretty great job. Speaker Mike Johnson says that Congress must investigate Joe Biden's pardons of his family members and Joe Biden. Oh my, here we go.
Speaker, to potentially have any type of congressional action on the pardons that President Biden issued over the last couple of days?
It was shocking. I mean, it was shocking what President Biden did on the way out. Pardoning his family for more than a decade of whatever activity, any nonviolent offenses. It was breathtaking to us. I don't think that's anything like that's ever been anticipated. And by the way, go look at the tape, 4 years ago, when it was just implied that President Trump might do something similar. They were apoplectic. Joe Biden himself, Adam Schiff, Chuck Schumer, roll the tape. They all said that would be crazy and unconscionable, and now they're cheering it along. To us, it is disgusting. To us, it probably proves the point, the suspicion that, they call it the Biden crime family. If they weren't the crime family, why do they need pardons, right? Look, there's a lot of attention that's going to be paid to this, and I think that is appropriate, and we will be looking at it as well. So, yeah.
They were an admission of guilt. Innocent people don't need pardons. Well, good to hear from Mike, ain't it? Oh, Mike, they almost walked Mike out of there on his lunch break with his Diet Coke in his hand. I'm telling you, them Patriots almost walked Mike out of there. All right, Mike, keep it in line, sir. Keep it in line. But I'm pretty sure we all want to see Biden and, many others walk out with their hands behind their back. Now, do I think Biden will? Again, it's a hard one to say, y'all. You know, because we know the heart that our president has, man. You know, but we'll see how this thing play out, man. We will see how this thing play out. Absolute disgrace, you know. But the biggest political comeback in history, and we all got to live through it, witness it, take it in, and it's one of the best feelings ever, man. God bless President Trump, his family, his cabinet. We're gonna get into this next video. So I don't know. This one might drop tomorrow, but we definitely got to get into our next video. We might do tonight with the peak Hexef confirmation, Secretary of Defense. So we're gonna get into that, man. But let me know what y'all think. I love y'all, and I'm wishing the best in all you guys' life, man. Every single day that the Key Common family is gonna keep climbing. That we are going to have the golden age, man. We are off in that direction right now. Golden age of America, baby. I love y'all, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace and love, family.